Hi everyone, Charlotte here from New Zealand Shores. This week I have a quick chat about studying in New Zealand and how that could potentially guarantee you a pathway to residency. So from the 9th of October, we have our new skilled migrant policy coming into effect, and that will see the policy changing from claiming 180 points to having to claim 6. Points can be claimed in one of 3 main areas. So we've got qualifications, occupational registration, or salary. The remainder of your points are made up through your New Zealand work experience if you need it. If we look at the qualifications side, a bachelor's degree is worth 3 points, a master's degree is worth 5, and a PhD is worth 6. Points can be claimed for either New Zealand obtained qualifications or qualifications obtained outside of New Zealand. So you don't absolutely have to study in New Zealand in order to be eligible. We're starting to see an increase in inquiries regarding people coming to study in New Zealand, as they do see it as a means to guarantee that pathway to residency within a certain time frame. So for example, you could come and study a master's degree in New Zealand, and in some cases, those programs can see you obtaining a master's within 12 months. You then get a study work visa, which kind of ties the gap to allow you to then find skilled employment. Once you've found skilled employment, you then need to apply for an accredited employer work visa and work in New Zealand for 12 months in order to claim the additional 1 point you require for that skilled migrant category. So if we remember that a master's degree is worth 5 points, once you've then worked in New Zealand for 12 months on that accredited employer work visa, you have your total of 6 points, and you're then able to submit that residence application, which is likely to process within about 3 months. So it's a really quick option. It does also mean that you can plan accordingly. So rather than having your life up in the air a little bit and perhaps thinking that, goodness, I'm going to get a skilled job and it's going to take 3 years of working in New Zealand to get residency, if you have the option available to come and study, it's definitely a good one to look at. If you are looking at wanting to bring a partner or your children to New Zealand, you do need to consider that for them to get work and study rights themselves, that you either need to study at a master's degree level or higher, or you do need to study a qualification on the green list. If you study, for example, a bachelor's degree and that bachelor's degree isn't relevant to a green list occupation, then your partner will not be able to obtain a work visa, and your children will not be able to attend school. So that is just one thing to take into consideration. New Zealand Shores are also approved education agents for the majority of New Zealand education providers, which means we can actually manage that enrollment and your student visa. So we can wrap up that whole service for you and make sure that the process is as smooth as possible. In some instances, those education providers will actually pay our fees for you, which means our service becomes free, but they do require us to undertake the enrollment for you to make use of that, and it is sometimes a case-by-case basis. So if that is something you are potentially interested in, having us hold your hand throughout that process, please do reach out. We have specialist student visa advisors who are super knowledgeable in this space and will be able to look at your past work experience and your past qualifications and outline what that potential pathway to residency might be. It is also worth noting that last week we had an announcement around how all 8 of our universities are now ranked in the top 500 globally, which puts a lot more weight behind those qualifications. So coming to study in New Zealand not only gives you a worldwide recognized degree, but it does also help cement that pathway to residency for you. And like I said, you're going to know that you're going to get residency within a certain time frame. So please do reach out. We'd love to hear from you. We'd be really keen to talk about how this may work as an option for you.